I'm Jay, a representative of Setscorn Health and Wealth Consulting, an authorised financial services provider. Let's work together to solve your financial problems.
Hi, and welcome to the first episode of Jay's Jargon. This is going to be a new and interesting way of looking at certain products around the market, looking at investments, looking at different accountants, looking at other gurus all around the continent. I'm going to get them in weekly to chat to you, the viewer, about pertinent topics. So week one is going to be me talking to you about personal risk. Number one, medical aid. It's something that we're hearing a lot about in the news at the moment, about national health insurance. We're hearing about ridiculous medical aid costs, so it's very important that we cover this topic. There's a big difference between medical aid and medical insurance. Medical insurance it covers you for accidents as compared to medical aid that will cover you for planned procedures in hospital. The issue about this is that you might not ever need your medical aid, but of course, just like car insurance, if something happens, I'd rather have it than not. So choosing a different provider is very important. When talking about medical aid, I would rather talk to somebody that's very objective than subjective. The reason being is they might not tell you about those grey areas, and there are a lot of grey areas when it comes to medical aid. Why would I have medical aid? Is if I had to have a certain procedure and I didn't have the money to afford it, at least that would be covered. I know that's very important. Of course, maternity is getting very, very expensive these days, so having cover for childbirth, very NB. So advantages about medical aid, of course, I just covered one, being the cost of it. So if you go to hospital these days, you're going to be paying over 20,000 Rand if you're staying overnight, and pay 1,500 Rand at least per month for something rather decent. At least you can be covered, which is quite nice. There is tax benefits with medical aid. You get a tax deduction, so at the end of the year when you submit to SARS, please make sure you submit the correct things. We're going to look at step 2, life cover. One of the most morbid topics, I would say. I don't like to talk about life cover, but it's something that has to be spoken about. Life cover is if I had to pass away, I know that my family will be covered, which is very important to me. So if I have to pass away right now, I'll make sure that my wife is looked after and my kids. So that is number one. I am able to use life cover to a bank. If I wanted to buy a certain asset, I can use this as credible coverage. So that's also quite a nice little benefit. Not the most expensive item to buy compared to some of the other things we're going to chat about. So I think having a little goes a very long way, especially when you're looking at debts that might have to be paid, houses, school fees. Very, very important over there. So that is life cover. Number 3 over here is critical illness. In a nutshell, critical illness I find as being one of the more expensive products out there in the market if I'm looking at personal risk. The reason being is because 8 out of 10, recent studies show 8 out of 10 people are subject to getting a critical illness, or at least knowing of somebody. So that is the reason why it is a more expensive product. Of course, some of these products are going to be cross-pollinating with each other. Medical aid, some of the medical aids cover for cancer cover, but I know that critical illness does as well. So critical illness, in a nutshell, is if I get cancer, I would get a certain portion of that being paid to me as a lump sum. So that is critical illness. Another very expensive product that is out there is income protection. Alright, income protection is if I have to be disabled or severely ill, that I'm unable to work, I would need to provide a salary for myself because I haven't done it, I haven't used my life cover. I would be needing that income on a monthly basis. Of course, the one issue about this is it is taxed. So it's not just you're going to get 50,000 Rand, woohoo, it's not one of those, I promise you that. So you will be taxed on this, but at least you know that your monthly bills are going to be covered and you're able to live. So these two are very expensive. but I mean, organised in the right way, you are able to carry on living if something terrible has to happen. All right. The third one is disability. Yes, my handwriting is absolutely atrocious. I didn't get an A for handwriting, so sorry about that. Anyway, disability in a nutshell is if I become disabled, then I would get a certain lump sum payment from that. There's not much more that I can really speak about that other than that it comes out tax-free as well. And lastly is invest. I'm not going to talk too much about invest. The reason being is it is something, there's lots of different products that go with invest. There's RAs, there's endowments, there's flexible investments, there's shares, there's copious things to talk about. I'm going to get different business owners to come and speak about why investing in their company or in assets or in property might be very important to you as the viewer, and I think this can gain a bit of traction. So if you have any people that want to join or you want to hear about something new, please give me a shout. Anyway, thanks for joining. See you soon.